When it comes to countries with a great work-life balance, South Korea isn't high on the list. This country is notorious for its workaholic culture, with intense schooling and long hours fueling huge economic growth since the Korean War. But for 22-year-old Hwang Jun-pyo, the old way is not his way. He recently left college to focus on his true passion, spinning music.
When you see the kind of hours that your dad works, is that something that you want for your own life?
He says, these days, whenever I get home, my dad seems to come home late. It makes me think, could I work like that? Would I be able to do well? It's a debate that's raging in South Korea after a controversial proposal to let employees work up to 69 hours a week, including overtime. President Yoon's government claimed it would actually give workers more flexibility by letting them bank overtime to use at other times for longer vacations or parental leave. But unions, and especially millennials and Gen Z, are outraged. And now South Korea's government is scrambling to walk it back. On average, South Koreans work about 120 hours a year more than Americans, according to the OECD. South Korea's work culture is so intense that many workers flock to nap cafes like this to squeeze in an extra snooze on their lunch break. An Sai founded Mr. Healing Sleep Cafe in Central Seoul, just one of 4 jobs he works. Is this a symptom of a culture that is overworked? He says that nap cafes are gaining popularity because of South Korea's corporate culture, which includes working overtime and attending mandatory team dinners. And South Korea is dealing with a major demographic crisis. It has the lowest fertility rate in the world. Back at home, Hwang Jun-pyo is getting ready for his overnight shift at the nightclub, but he hasn't ruled out one day joining his dad's business. He says, lately, I've been thinking about it, but for now, I want to focus more on my work. In the future, when I'm resting or in my free time, I want to think more about how I plan to live my life from now on. After a huge backlash, an advisor to President Yoon now says he believes a work week of more than 60 hours is unreasonable. South Korea's government says it's going back to the drawing board and promising to do a better job of listening to workers and young people.